Hi everyone. So I would like to introduce myself as my name is Dr. Vijay Bhaskar Reddy, Associate Professor in Department of Chemistry, HNS. I am handling the environmental science subject. Today we are going to discuss about in this lecture is the energy sources. So the overview of the today lecture is the renewable energy sources, importance and types of the energy sources and applications of the energy sources and energy storage, renewable energy integration. So this main overview of the today lecture. Now I'm coming to the some of the keywords mentioned in this lecture is the global energy trilemma. What is the global energy trilemma? What are the parameters are there? What are the keywords will be involved in the global energy trilemma? Resource potential. What are the resource potential for the renewable energy sources? Renewable energy intermittence and energy storage. What are the energy storage devices used for the renewable energy after getting from the different sources? So first we go for the basic some of the importance. What is the energy? So energy means is the what are the capacity to do work. So for example, any work doing, some energy is required. So that's as for the Einstein information, energy can be neither created nor be destroyed, but one form to energy is converted to the another form. But this energy will be available or present in the so many ways, is the mechanical energy, thermal energy, chemical energy, biological energy. So different so ways of energy will be available. Those are that one. So why we are using the energy? For just simply say that one is a do some work. So like here the energy we are using daily for the cooking purpose, heating purpose, lightening purpose and transporting people from one place to other place and means of the vehicles for the as a fuels. That also one of the energy source. Manufacturing of the consumer goods of equipments in the industries. So for these are all purpose energy is required. So conversion of fuels into form of energy, various forms. For example, here the conversion of fuels. There are so many types of fuels are there, solid fuels, liquid fuels, gaseous fuels are there. So from that fuels, so energy is converted in the various forms. Like for example is the burning of coal. Is a coal will be burning in the thermal power plant. So that will be converted to the or produce the electrical energy. Some of the intermediate like the thermal energy to convert it to the electrical energy or mechanical energy. So means coal will be giving the energy source. That is the coal is converted to the electrical energy. So another one is the chemical energy to electrical energy. So this is called the chemical energy is to electrical energy is called the electrolytic cell. Electrolytic cell. So most of the batteries, this reaction also involved. So some of the using water dams to produce the electricity, that is the hydropower electricity. So means here the water will be used as a source, so that electricity will be generated. In this one, kinetic energy is converted to the electricity energy. You can discuss that one. So our mechanical energy through the mechanical energy, that one. So this water will be splitting. Water will be is electrical energy is converted to the chemical energy also. That is the electrolytic cell will be involved. So means here the different formation or various transformation from the energy sources. Now coming to the classification of the energy sources. Mainly energy sources are classified in the two categories. One is the renewable energy sources. Second one is the non-renewable energy sources. Renewable energy sources means whatever is the environment and thus have potential being continuously refresh it. So once that will be continuously refreshing the environment. So not completed, not over. So those energy sources are called the renewable energy sources. Like a wind energy, solar energy, plants, petro plants, firewood, geothermal energy, tidal energy, wind energy. These are all coming under the category of the renewable energy sources. So what are the non-renewable energy sources? So because non-renewable energy sources means these are will be available in the limited amount in the environment. So limited amount available in the environment. Once that will be developed over a long period. So for the formation, that one takes the more billion years, million years time for the formation of that non-renewable energy sources. So for example, if you take the coal or petroleum, or these are all will be fossil fuels, this will be take some billion years, million years. Some of the plant animals, vegetation, and these are all will be transformed anaerobic conditions to convert the coal and the petrol. So means it takes long time and a limited amount. And once the indiscriminate use, for example, we use plenty of this one for the our daily energy source use, that one, they are likely be exhausted in the near future. So not it forms the long time, and not a limited amount will be formed, and then if continuously used, that will be exhausted in the near future. Those are called the non-renewable energy sources like coal, mineral oil, natural gas, and petroleum. These are all are coming under the category of the non-renewable energy sources. Now coming to the types of renewable energy sources. So first one is the important is the solar energy. This also is the major renewable energy sources. Wind energy. Third one is the geothermal energy. Fourth one is the ocean energy. Ocean energy means tidal, is the related to the tidal energy. So hydropower energy. So water to convert to the electricity, that one. So biomass energy. This biomass energy means so whatever the chemical energy will be stored within the biomass. Biomass means all vegetation, plants, animals. So waste of the materials. So in that energy will be stored in the form of the chemical energy. So once that chemical energy will be converted to either heat or light or electrical energy, in the different technology will be there. So that energy source is called the biomass energy. So we can go discuss some of the basics about the types of renewable energy continuation sources. Here the various forms of the renewable energy sources. Whatever previous slide we discussed, there are different sources of the renewable energy sources: solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, hydropower energy, biomass energy. So different sources of the renewable energy sources are available. But whatever renewable energy sources depend primarily on the incoming solar radiation only. So means so solar radiation is the major lead or sources for the all renewable energy sources, say indirectly or directly also. So means is the ultimately solar radiation is the leading to the all other renewable energy sources. So means here the mentioned whatever incoming solar radiation, which totals approximately 5.4 million exajoules per year. So means that much of radiation is coming from the towards to the earth. So whatever sources will be converted, 5.4 million exajoules per year is reaching that one. So here the, for example, the sun will be 5.4 exa million joules. Radiation is passing towards the earth side. So means in that one, the first, some of the here the mentioned 30%, nearly 1.64 exa joules per year, that will be reflected towards the atmosphere. So means 30% is a short wave radiation direct reflect to the space, and this means some of the radiation will be reflected towards the space side, that will be nearly 1.64 million exajoules per year. So now coming to the 23% of the, that is equal to the 1.26 million exajoules per year, that radiation will be used for the hydrological cycle. So hydrological cycle means whatever water source will be available, either ground surface water or groundwater or ocean water or sea water, that will be evaporated by the using of the solar radiation. So means this energy will be utilized for the evaporation of the water, and that water will be evaporated and slowly accumulated in the environment, atmosphere, and precipitated or condensation once again form in the form of the rain, snow. Different forms will be fall down that one. So that is called the hydrological cycle. For that purpose, how much energy is required? Nearly 23% utilized from the radiation of the solar radiation. That is equal to the 1.26 million exajoules per year. So another one is the whatever the wind waves. So for here also currents, ocean currents. Ocean currents means variation of the temperature in the ocean or salinity. So the two factors will be mainly important for that one, temperature. So once the temperature variation is coming or salinity variation is coming, then automatically ocean currents will be developed. Once the ocean currents will be developed, tides will be coming, or waves or winds are coming. So from that also energy will be produced. So indirectly this also influencing the or lead to the energy sources. So now coming to the here the direct conversion of heat. Whatever, for example, you are using the direct conversion of heat to earth and oceans, that will be equal to the 2.55 million exajoules per year. So and ocean tides, this will be 93.6 exajoules per year. And then another one is the important, from this will be leads to the hydroelectricity generation. So now coming to the another one is that 1260 exajoules per year. So here the photosynthesis. So generally already in the previous lectures we discussed about the photosynthesis means whatever the solar radiation will be utilized. That is the visible radiation will be utilized. Plants containing the chlorophyll in atmosphere, carbon dioxide, water will be converted to the food is organic matter. That is organic matter means is that inorganic matter will be stored in the form of the chemical energy. So here the solar radiation, whatever the light or heat will be converted to the chemical energy. For that, how much energy will be utilized? 1260 exajoules per year. So here the distribution of the solar radiation is coming from the sun. Various other renewable energy sources will be utilized and convert the various forms of the energies. So from this chemical energy is converted to the different biomass energy. Biomass energy is to the electrical energy. That is the another conversion. So this is the overall renewable energy sources and what is the main lead to the solar energy. Now coming to the global energy trilemma. Why we are using the renewable energy sources? What is the advantages? What is the why? Why we want to use renewable energy source? Because healthy energy systems, whatever the renewable energy sources means healthy energy systems, these will be secure, equitable and environmentally sustainable. For example, energy security. Energy security means these renewable energy sources will be supply reliability of the energy infrastructure and ability to meet current and future demands, because these energy sources will be not complete within the span of time. This will be completely refreshed, not over. So that's why these are the energy security will be there. So now coming to the environmental sustainability. So whatever the renewable energy sources supply demand side, energy efficiency is more and development of renewable energy sources and low carbon emission, because is the renewable energy sources mainly produce the low carbon emissions or carbon free emissions. So that's why important came for the renewable energy sources. Third one is the energy equity. Energy equity means this equity means equal. So everybody accessibility and affordability of energy supplies across the population, because is coming to the price will be very less and access to everybody and affordability to the everybody. So that is coming under this one is the energy equity. So these will be triangle like that one is the energy global trilemma. Now coming to the second, why we are using for the renewable energy sources. So here is the rapidly shifting away from the consumption of the fossil fuels. Fossil fuels means petroleum, coal, whatever, natural gas. These are all containing the carbon matter. Carbon matter will be there in the form of the different chemicals will be stored in that organic matter. Once this will be combustion, during the combustion reaction in the automobiles or thermal power plant, a lot of carbon dioxide will be generated. So means when the fossil fuels will be utilized as the energy sources, lot of carbon dioxide will be released in the atmosphere. So, and towards the renewable energy form critical to attain the climate goals agreed upon the Paris Agreement. So, once this carbon dioxide will be released in the atmosphere means is the global warming will be alarming or rising. So, that's why renewable energy sources are came into the picture. So here the some of the picture will be explained is the carbon dioxide related emissions 2010 to 2015 is a slowly when the renewable energy sources will be increased in the form of the fossil fuels, the carbon dioxide levels will be slowly decreased. So now coming to the third point, why we are using the renewable energy sources means reducing the carbon dioxide emissions from the fossil fuels. So that is the major important because is the carbon dioxide major leading nearly 56% is a causes for the global warming. So that's why once the carbon dioxide will be reduced, then automatically is a global warming also suppressed. So renewable energy can be bring into the sustainable socio-economic benefits at the global level. So what are the key drives energy transformation? So what are the key elements we are using for the renewable energy sources? The first one is renewable energy fully competitive and energy cost. So because is the whatever is the renewable energy sources will be cost wise is compared to fossil fuels, less cost and less price. That is the first one. And second one is the lot of job will be created because is the renewable energy sources either wind energy or tidal energy or solar energy or semiconductor technology, whatever, these are all technology will be create the more jobs compared to the fossil fuel we are using as energy sources. Nearly 7 million more jobs is increasing, and also automatically jobs is increasing means that country economy also increased. Third one is the full energy access. Renewable energy sources is not completed in the within the span of time. Is plenty available and refresh it. That one is a full energy access for everybody, population, and all will be access. That is the 100% energy access and improved energy security also. So once the energy security means for everybody affordability, accessibility to the energy wherever they want required households or industry requirements. So nearly compared to the fossil fuels. Improved air quality also. Once the fossil fuels will be used, carbon dioxide is coming more into the atmosphere and environment. So that will be air quality or air quality index also improved because the pollution will be decreased and air quality index will be improved and greater economic gain. So this will be nearly equal to the USD 3 to 8 payback for each USD one spent. And if compared to that one is a less price. So reduced carbon emissions. So once the renewable energy sources are used, carbon reduced, carbon percentage will be coming out very less. So this is the why we are using the renewable energy sources. Now coming to the renewable energy applications. What are the applications are there? So here the renewable applications like in this diagram will be explained. That one is the paths of energy sources and their services. So in this one applications are coming to the mechanical energy, thermal energy, electricals and fuels satisfy the multiple energy services needs. So here is the whatever is the diagram showing the key to figure that one. Here the primary energy sources and what are the energy carriers are utilizing for that one. Conversion type, which conversion, either heat conversion or light conversion or kinetic energy conversion or mechanical energy type of conversion will be takes place during the conversion of the energy, and usable energy flow and energy services. What are the energy services? Here the renewable energy sources like mentioned primary energy sources, nuclear energy and fossil fuel energy, bioenergy, geothermal energy, direct solar energy, wind energy, hydro energy and ocean energy and tidal energy. So nuclear fuel means radioactive elements. So radioactive elements means this will be directly converted to the thermal conversion, because in this one there are two types of reaction will be takes place in the nuclear reactions: nuclear fusion reaction and nuclear fission reaction. So generally nuclear fission reaction means is a bigger radioactive elements will be bombarded with the neutrons, will be converted into the smaller elements like a krypton and barium, and a lot of energy will be liberated. So during that reaction, lot of energy will be liberated. So that energy source will be converted to the heat. So water will be using as a coolant. Once the water will be supplied, that energy will be converted to the water vapor, and that thermal energy will be utilized for the other electrical sources. Nuclear fusion means smaller elements will be converted to the bigger elements, and during this reaction also lot of energy will be liberated. So this is the whatever the nuclear energy related. In this one, thermal energy conversion will be takes place. So here is the fossil fuels and bioenergy. Fossil fuels means there are classified is a solid fuel, liquid fuels, and gaseous fuels, whatever they mentioned here. And bioenergy also is a classified that one. So from these two also is the thermal energy will be takes place. Fossil fuels means some reactions will be is a thermal energy related. For example, if you take the coal will be combustion, is a thermal energy conversion, then converted into the electrical energy. So bioenergy also is a first step, is a converted to the thermal energy, then will convert to the electrical energy. So here the geothermal energy directly converted to the heat energy. So directly heat will be involved. That heat energy, heat based energy services are giving. So solar energy is giving the two ways. One is the thermal and the second one is the heat. Here the solar energy will be giving the two ways of the energy sources. One is the heat traps and the second one is the light trap. So heat trap means solar thermal devices are using that heat will be converted to the electricity, or solar whatever light trapping means is the solar panels will be utilized. That solar panels will be converted to the light into the light energy into converted to the electricity. So means here the directly either heat will be utilized as electric sources, or another way is the light energy will be utilized for the sources. So from the solar energy to heat and light will be conversion takes place. Wind energy, hydro energy, and ocean energy. In these three, mostly is the kinetic energy will be mechanism will be involved. So means kinetic energy is converted to the electrical energy or mechanical energy. So means in these three whatever energy conversion, wind energy or hydro energy or ocean energy. Wind means what is the wind means? Moving of air is called the wind. Moving air. So for that, sun radiation is required. When the sun radiation will be utilized for that air, so that air will be heat up and slowly go up, and light weight is coming. So when the light weight is coming, that wind will be reached to the near to the wind turbines. That wind turbines will be moving, and whatever the kinetic energy is converted to the mechanical energy. That principle will be involved. So means in this energy conversion will be the kinetic energy is converted to the electrical energy or mechanical energy services. These are the energy conversion in the different renewable energy sources. Now coming to the what are the renewable energy applications is the continuation. So here there are different types of the renewable energy sources applications are there. What is the electricity generation, heating and cooling networks, gas grids, and liquid fuels distribution, autonomous systems. These are all will be finally energy consumed. So what are the different energy sources applications are? Now coming to the energy storage for renewable energy integration. So in this diagram represented, this one is the whatever is the blue line will be integrates the typical electricity demand of a household in one day. For example, this will be represented as the timing here mentioned is the early morning. Like this one, early morning is the more demand is there, because that time whatever household will be staying home or whatever purposes are utilizing is a household. This one will be more consumption or household electricity demand will be there. And the same time after 6 also is the more electricity demand will be there, that will be represented as this one. So for the typical solar output, for example, for the solar output is coming to the this time. So means here the whatever the time mentioned there, in this time is the peak output of the solar energy will be there, because is the sun giving a lot of radiation energy, heat energy, light energy. In this time only 9 to or 5 to between the 6, lot of radiation and heat is coming from that heat or light source. Solar energy will be converted to the electrical energy. So means in that time, so more solar output is coming. In this time will be more demand. Household demand is coming for the consumption or demand. So that will be represented as the in this picture. Here is the what are the renewable energy sources, what are the storage technology will be utilized. So there are the different classification of the energy storage technologies are utilizing. These storage will be classified as the either mechanical or electrical, electrochemical or chemical, thermal. There will be classified in different categories. Mechanical means pumped hydro type of the storage devices, compressed air energy storage devices, and a flywheel type of the storage devices are using. Electrical means capacitors, superconductors. These are will be used as a energy storage devices. And electrochemical means conversion of the chemical energy to electrical energy. So in this one, most of the batteries, various batteries are coming, primary, secondary batteries, solid oxide fuel cells. These are all are coming under the category of the electrochemical. Flow batteries. Flow batteries means fuel batteries or flow batteries. And high temperature, some of the metal hydride batteries. These are all are coming under the category of the electrochemical storage devices. So chemical, hydrogen and methane, from these chemicals also converted to the electrical energy as a fuel cells. Thermal, molten salts and chillers. These are the classification of the energy sources technologies. Now coming to the here the renewable energy sources integration and temperature and time range energy storage. So means how much temperature, which technology will be stored, which material will be used. For example, some storage devices are storing the energy sources, some temperature. Some storage devices will be storing the more 500 and 600 temperature also. That will be classified based on the temperature. So devices will be storing. So first here this is the more than 500 degrees centigrade. So here the whatever using the CPCMS means composite phase changing materials are widely using for the storing devices. For that more than 500 also that energy will be stored in that place. So second is the 100 to 500, 0 to 100, less than 0, whatever is the ice conditions. These are all will be temperature correlation with the storage devices materials are used. So in this presentation, we discussed about the energy sources basics. What are the classification of the energy? What are the renewable energy sources types? So what are the integration with the type, temperature and energy storage devices? These are all will be discussed in this one. So next class we discussed in the solar energy. So we go the solar energy, how solar energy will be converted, what are the solar panels, what are the N-type semiconductors, what are the P-type semiconductors, what are the mechanism will be involved in the solar energy conversion. So we discussed elaborately in the next class is the solar energy. Thanking you.